Welcome to Memory Card Radio! So, this is my episode now. Because I'm introducing
You're hosting.
It is actually mine. I'm hosting.
You get to have this one.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
And my first order as king of Memory Card Radio is to just, make it like it used to be. Like, I'm kind of sick of this dictator show, so I just want us to be, kind of equal when we talk again. If that's okay.
Who are we?
I don't know. I think after our E3 stream, I'm really not sure who we are anymore. Anyone who tuned into our E3 stream got an album into their ears.
You're welcome.
Yum. I'm glad we did that.
We impromptu decided to throw John's Yamaha keyboard onto the table during the stream. We played the tunes of the ages, appropriately matching the songs and events that were going on.
Alcohol makes you bad at piano, I've discovered.
Yeah. I was just kind of constantly
unrelated to what?
Unrelated
to the E3 stream.
Turns out, if you don't have any skill making music, you'll always feel like you're making good music, but
Sure.
you're not, and you're actively ruining it. I rewatched it. Oh my god, what have I done?
Yeah, you were the boy who came into the playpen and said, "I'm going to shit right in the middle of this playpen."
I'm
proud of it, oddly, but I have to acknowledge that I took perfectly good music and fucked it up. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sorry.
It's all right.
Eric said, "I'm gonna shit and get off the pot."
I forgive you, even though you're not sorry.
That's
how forgiving I fucking am.
I'm a good boy.
I forgive Eric though.
What a good...
Yeah, God forgiveness. I've made it free.
I'm sure he wrote one good verse in there that we
somewhere.
could use.
So we've had a while to sit on some of those E3
Before we get to E3, I want to go into what we've been playing.
Okay.
Because
don't tell me
E3 is going to take fucking forever. And there's been a series I've spent all week playing. I want to talk about
Shadow of the Beast.
That's
I
right.
started playing.
The big beast, the colossal beast, the Shadow of the Colossus?
Reboot of the old game.
You've been excited about this
from
for a
the
while.
Amiga. I have been. And it looked really cool when they announced it, 2014, early 2014 somewhere. I don't know. And I've been watching it. I've been excited for it. It's looked cool. And Eric was there when we were playing it. What?
And I'm waiting to hear a reaction.
Oh, it's so far. I would probably say easy 9 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome.
I'm glad to hear that's still at the same level of quality.
Yeah, and it's because this is what happens when you take an old franchise and you bring it back the right way. The right way is to just do what it was, but better. Don't reinvent the wheel. You don't have to add a bunch of crazy things.
Meet people's expectations and then push it further. Don't do another thing. That's weird.
Well, I mean, when you're dealing with an old franchise, like this is Shadow of the Beast was on the Amiga, in the 80s.
Shadow of the Beast is interesting because I feel like most people don't know what it is. I didn't until you told me about it.
I still don't know because my memory's bad. He probably told me.
There was a port to the TurboGrafx CD, and that's the copy I ended up with. And that's basically the same thing as the one on the Amiga, and it's awesome. Okay. I mean, the only thing that's different is I don't know if the Amiga had it on disc or had it on a cartridge of some kind, but so the music might be better on the CD. But I mean, it's amazing. It's great art direction. It's really pretty. It's the hit detection. The hitboxes are a little weird, so it's it doesn't have a big following because it's kind of flawed, kind of like Altered Beast.
Okay.
Altered Beast really doesn't play all that well. But it's this big, interesting thing that a lot of people like. Shadow of the Beast is a lot like that, except more, not quite as well known. Same thing. Same idea.
There's something fun about having a game with bad hitboxes because it kind of encourages you to spam and just kind of just be archaic about how you do it. It's like, oh, touch
they're
the guy.
Really unfavorable for you.
It's less mechanical.
Really
it's more just frustration spamming.
I mean, I feel like you also need it for education. You'll never know a good game versus a bad game until you've played the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, man.
And I'm not saying that game's the bottom of the barrel. I'm just saying, once in a while, it's
you appreciate when things are done right when you see when they're done wrong.
Yeah. You have a reminder.
I have a question on the subject of this. You know how a lot of people, though they like a lot of people who like good films also love bad films.
Yep.
Are there games that you play you like because they are bad?
Absolutely. Deadly Premonition.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. Deadly Premonition.
That is, but it's self-aware. It knows what it is, and that game gets better as you play it. But you start that way.
A lot of PS2 games. PS2 is where games started. They could be bad but still be playable. Mm-hmm. That's when that era kind of started for the most part. Because When it's older than that, it's like when it's bad, it's unplayable a lot of the times, and there's just no fun to be drawn from it. But PS2 games are all basically at least playable. That's when they kind of got over that quality hump.
It's a familiar experience to like be playing a PS2 game that you fucking like rented when you're younger, and it's playable. Like you keep going from area to area, but you don't like it. You just keep playing it. Just like you just have a face like this the whole time you're playing.
You know what's weird? There's one game.
But it's like,
hard for me to think of one.
I got one.
I know there's lots out there, but it's hard to draw one.
Spy Hunter, the one that starred The Rock. That game is not good.
That sounds great.
But The Rock is the dude driving the Interceptor
Was this before he was Dwayne Johnson? Well, he was still The Rock?
He was still The Rock, but he was an actor.
Like he was credited as
This was
The
like
Rock?
Scorpion King era.
So he was credited as The Rock?
I'm pretty sure he was credited as The Rock.
Nice.
Here's the real question: was he in Doom yet at that time?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't think so. They were going to make a Spy Hunter movie with him, so the game was going to be a tie-in game, but then they never made the movie. So this game, for some reason,
fuck this.
ends in a cliffhanger with The Rock as the guy driving the car, and it's shit, and I love that game.
Probably a smart decision that they didn't make the movie. They cut their losses.
Yeah, but they made a fantastic game that nobody in the world played but me.
What have you been playing, young man?
I've been playing... Okay, so last week I said I put 2 hours into Yakuza. I have now beaten 2 of them.
Woo!
And I'm farther.
Yan 1 and 2. Yaku 1, Yaku 2.
So, in Japan, this series is bigger than Resident Evil. In America, nobody fucking knows about it.
I didn't realize it's bigger than Biohazard.
In Japan. But, like,
that's still saying a lot.
The thing is, it's just they did such a shit job marketing these games in America that, like, the people who love it love the fuck out of it, but not that many people are that. So, but I finally played them, and I figured out why it's good. It's Kojima directing a beat 'em up. It's got, like, a really well-written, well-directed story that's really done with an open world that you can explore for fun. It's it's a PS2 game, but, there's still shit that you can find, side missions, with a really fun beat 'em up in there that's just fucking ridiculous.
And you said there's a lot of, like, Japanese-style humor in it.
Super Japanese.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That game is the most Japanese game I've ever fucking played. You can go to host clubs in that game, and fucking, like... And a host club is you go in a room, and it's kind of like a stripper without any sexuality, and you sit next to her and you're like, hey, I'm gonna pay for dinner. Let's have dinner together and just talk. And then you leave, and they stay there, and they wait for the next person to come in.
Wow, that's weird.
There's a lot of weird Japanese shit, but it's great. There's also Jack Daniels in it. Getting 10 out of 10.
Now, I discovered I have 2, and I guess you think I should just go ahead and jump into it?
Well, by far.
Okay.
2 is like, they all recap all the previous games, but like, 1 is great, but the combat is pretty rough, and I feel like 2 fixed all my problems with it.
Cool.
So, just go 2.
I will, and then I'll borrow 3 from you.
Yeah.
And then I'll play 4 because I have 4.
Yeah. And then maybe get 5 or
somehow.
the zombie one.
Okay.
They're digital only.
It's alright with me. I totally bought into the whole digital thing.
Feeling groovy.
What about you, Max? What have you been playing?
I've been playing a little bit of BioShock again. I started up like a campaign
Really?
for like 30 minutes.
The
or something.
original or Infinite? Or?
The original.
Okay.
I want to beat that one, I think, before I start Infinite. Just because I've put time into that one before, and I think I want to just get that one out of the way.
It's a great game.
Cool.
Though I acknowledge that like Infinite is great on its own, and it's a good game, and I can play it now if I wanted to, but
That's fine.
I'm gonna do that. Also,
Yeah.
still playing Isaac and Necrodancer because roguelikes. I like them.
I'm still playing Overwatch technically, but
Nice.
there's just nothing to talk about it with.
Speaking of roguelikes,
Yeah.
there's a game I've been meaning to mention on this podcast. I keep forgetting. Big shout out to Shushimi.
Oh, Shushimi.
Or Shushimi, whatever
That's
it
the
is.
fish game.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's I guess it is a roguelike. I mean, you're just playing these different 10-second long stages of horizontal shooting, and you get little power-ups, and none of the symbols for the power-ups match, at least not in an obvious way, what the power is. So it's really weird. You're like, okay, I'll get the boomerang, and then there'll be a thunderstorm for the whole level. and it's just like shit. It's totally mixed up, and I've memorized a couple of them just because I've gotten them a few times, but it's really hard because there's so many of them.
The Binding of Isaac does that constantly with items.
Yeah, it's
That's
the
like
same
the
way.
main learning curve in that game is
It's the
learning
same
what
thing.
the items are by looking at the
Yeah,
items.
and there's so many. I guess that's on purpose. It's going to take you forever to learn it
yeah.
because it wants you to have that mixed up
But,
feeling, which is cool.
Is there like a quick restart mechanic in the game?
Yeah, like if you have like 3 lives or something, and you earn lives with points, like in any other shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But if you die, I mean, you respawn immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, things don't change when you die. Things change in between levels.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it works.
Okay.
So it's not like I guess traditionally in a roguelike you would die and then things would change. But in this one, it's just in between levels you pick an item and then that affects the level, or it affects you. It gives you a shotgun, or it makes you slow, or it makes you big, or it makes you small, or something. Or it does things that help you and things that hurt you, and it just you don't know what you're going to get unless you've been lucky enough to memorize a handful of them.
Oh man, okay.
And and there's little boss fights and stuff, and it's fun, man. And it's not.
It's pretty cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it was free on PS Plus
a
couple months ago on 3. I don't know if it was on 3, but it was definitely on Vita, and that's what I originally know.
It was on PS4 as well.
Yeah,
that's how
4
I
and
played
Vita.
it.
That's what I have.
Okay.
On.
It's probably not anymore. I don't know what it would cost though.
Yeah, you may have missed it, but it's even if it is money, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it can't be any more than $19.99 or something. So and it's worth that.
It can't be $19.99. That game is.
I'm saying that would be the max. Like that would be. I wouldn't. There's no way in hell
it's got to be
more.
$10.
Yeah, it might be 10. Yeah, 14.
The way I've priced those games in terms of value a lot of times is like if it's a good roguelike, I'll pay like $15 for it.
See, I don't feel like that's a roguelike.
It'd be worth 14.
Like it's good, but it's more of like it's a fun shooter to play for a short amount of time. But it's not like fucking like Isaac with all these layers to it.
It gives me that feeling that Rogue Legacy gives me. It gives me that same vibe.
Okay.
That's the only reason why. I don't know if it technically classifies as a roguelike, but it just gives me that vibe of don't get too attached to anything because things are changing and, sometimes there's more enemies, sometimes there's less, sometimes you're longer,
Speaking of the roguelike world, I guess this is more of a question, I guess. So Edmund McMillan was doing that game. He announced a game a while ago called The Legend of Bumbo. Have there been any updates on that?
I've never heard of it. Is my answer to that question.
Okay.
I like the name. I'm sold.
Yeah, I could look that up.
I will buy a game called Bumbo.
It's based on a character in Isaac. You can get a guy called Bumbo, and he's like a little character that follows you around and eats coins and gets fat. I don't really know what he does. I haven't really played it enough.
That sounds too similar to my life.
Yeah, just eat money. They
get fat.
They say that you can feed a young child in the third world country with $1. That's because they feed them the pennies.
I feel like it's rude to feed them paper.
Yeah, that's why.
Because that coins make more sense.
Let's see.
So, what was announced that wasn't announced? Are we going into those?
We could.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 wasn't announced.
Oh yeah, you're all butthurt about that.
Good job, Ubisoft. Give me one.
I don't know. I guess let's go over E3 real quick, I guess. Basically, what I was trying to what I'm doing here is I'm not just dazing off. I'm looking at different things that were released. Because PlayStation's YouTube uploaded a bunch of fucking things. And I don't remember a lot of them. Rabby Ribby is a really funny-looking Vita weeaboo game. We had another. Pox Nora looks kind of interesting. There's another Styx game.
Okay.
There's some interesting things. Riggs, that mech game I sent you, Riggs.
We're really picking out the big names for.
Well, I think that one looks interesting. Did you watch that trailer?
I don't remember. I don't remember Riggs.
It's not bad.
I'll be honest. I remember this Kojima game and this God of War, but okay.
Well, those are probably the big standouts for me too. And Days Gone, although it's at a very fucking who gives a shit kind of time for that sort of game.
I like how every game is Last of Us this year. Every single game felt a little bit like Last of Us from Sony. Yeah. And I'm getting a little sick of it.
It was a lot of people running in the third left of the screen with their weapon. It's
maybe following another character through story scripted moments. Maybe fucking scrapping for shit.
That's just I think that's just the look of modern games. I feel like the last era was the look of modern games was the hands holding the gun in Call of Duty. Now the modern games are a third person walking in the bottom left in a realistic world.
I think we are.
That's what games look like now.
That and I also think the way the presentation of that game and how much games are focusing on the characters and how much games are trying to have these interesting, dramatic stories,
but they all seem
with important character arcs. They're all going towards that. Now, what you're going to say is that they're all just like The Last of Us, which is true. I mean, they need time to, go their own ways with it. But that's the trend that we're really seeing long term, I think. I mean, right now we're seeing a bunch of games that look like The Last of Us because The Last of Us perfected that thing, right at the end of the last generation. But I just think, it's not going to, they're going to develop their own paths with it, and we're just going to see a bunch of games that character-driven, story-driven games, which is a good thing, I think, overall for the for the format.
I'd say, yeah, I agree.
If we're talking about legitimacy of the format, which is the discussion a lot, people compare it to movies a lot, which is silly. It's apples and oranges anyway. But that would help in the legitimacy area. I think story-focused, character-focused games is a good thing to see.
I'm okay with story-focused, character-focused games. I would just like different gameplay styles within those. You don't need to all be... I mean, God of War is now an entirely different genre with a different main character with the same name and look, but it's a different character with different goals in a different world. Why is it called God of War? If I bought it expecting a new God of War, I'd be really let down.
Well,
because
it's the same character. It's just they're doing something new. They're going somewhere else.
He's so different from his normal self that he's trying.
He's trying to be different. They're integrating that into the story. It's not like they just changed them completely and not announcing it, not talking about it, and just having a whole different game and slapping.
But the changes that they're going for doesn't feel right.
I see what you're
the
saying.
Series.
Well, I see what you're saying, and I kind of agree with you on that. But I mean, it's not like, it's clearly Kratos, and they're going a direction with his life that you probably wouldn't have thought he would go, and I
feel like they'll explain it better in the game than they did in the trailer.
See, I don't need that explanation.
The thing is, it'll be good.
Yeah.
You're just ticked off that it's not God of War. You don't feel like it's a God of War game. And
if they made a fucking Metal Gear Solid game today, which featured Solid Snake as not a military guy and he was just assisting someone else, or maybe a new Gears of War where the guy comes out of the shadows and is an old guy like Kratos, because that's another trend that we've got going.
Old characters being old men coming out of shadows.
Kratos specifically is not a three-dimensional character, and that's why he works. He lives in a world that's three-dimensional, and he is a one-man, insane human being that was treated as a horror movie character in the third game. He was frightening. He was not who you're rooting for. In the third game, he kills everyone. It's a horror movie. Them trying to humanize him completely undoes their goals for the series. It completely goes the other direction. It doesn't make any sense. He might as well have just made a new game, but because of branding, we got to make a God of War.
You're not wrong about all that. I just don't think it's as detrimental as you do. It's okay. They're going.
I'm not saying it's not going to be a good game. I'm just saying,
I know you're not saying that. You're saying it's bad for the. You're saying it's bad for the franchise.
It's bad for artistic integrity if we're going to change things based off of the style that's popular in today's world, rather than trying to keep... Doom was figuring that shit out and doing it right. Right? That character
Doom was a perfect meld of new and old.
Fucking ass. It felt like Doom. This is like what Doom 3 was. It's a great fucking game, probably, and that was a good horror game, but everyone kind of hates Doom 3 because it's nothing like Doom. It's not Doom. And this isn't a character action game. This is a very different style of game.
We'll see how it plays out. It looks like it's... you said you read somewhere it's all going to be just like that demo, so...
Yeah.
Even if it is, I saw action in it, and it looked like there were probably some quick-time events, and I'm sure it'll feel like a God of War game in a lot of ways. It's just not... They're changing some things. They have to... They're growing up as developers. The franchise is growing up, and that's the direction they want to take it. And I understand where your complaints are coming from. It's different, and it doesn't feel like it belongs. But I can't really It's just kind of a different way you look at things, I guess, because it's like you either want things to be the way they are, like with Uncharted 4. We bitched about that being so like 2 and 3. You know what I mean?
I think there's a chance too that the game is probably less like The Last of Us and more they were just choosy with what footage they showed.
But even
maybe
then,
there's different types of gameplay.
That's possible too. Even Uncharted 4
there's so much of the game that we don't get to see.
Sure.
Uncharted 4 had the sections where you're climbing and shooting. The camera zooms out a little bit. You see more around Drake. It's not close. And then there are the sections where you're walking through a hallway, reading stuff, and the camera comes in real close, like we saw in that demo. I bet that's probably what we're going to see with this. Because if you did look, I watched this trailer a few times now. There's during a couple of the combat sections, especially with the big troll, the camera totally zooms out.
Yeah.
And even though the camera is behind him, kind of like more of a traditional hack and slash, like Dynasty Warriors or something, it wasn't fixed like we're used to in God of War. Even though it wasn't like that, it was still, it was like this is a hack and slash game now. So I think what we're probably going to see is we're going to have those zoomed out moments with the action, and then we're going to have Kratos finds a little cottage with something that reminds him of his daughter or something from back in Greece.
Or the boy's like a replacement.
Or something like that. And the camera comes in, and then, he's looking at stuff, and then they'll go back out and you'll do more action. That's probably what we'll see. And they'll pace it really well. And I think that's just a mechanical trend we're going to see, too.
Sure.
I have a theory about this game.
I'm okay with it.
What if it's the new King of the Hill? where he's just like, "Damn it, Bobby," or whatever the boy's name in this case, and he's just,
Damn it, Bobby!
You got to use more charcoal.
Damn it, Bobby!
Propane.
Press circle to punish Bobby.
Yeah, I feel like that's what the game's going to be. I hope.
Press square to nicely remind Bobby that playing with dolls is
No
kind of
new
weird
medieval.
for a normal boy.
Press triangle repeatedly to turn off the goddamn video games.
Did that break your heart? We got no medieval.
I didn't think we were going to. It's just something that I'm always kind of holding somewhere. I'm always kind of sort of waiting for it, but I'm never getting my expectations like really high for it. I realize that there's probably not enough market demand to justify it unless it's they find a real cheap way to produce it, which they could still do. I mean, the one ray of hope is Gorilla Cambridge wasn't there. They didn't have anything. So what are they working on? We still don't know what they're working on. They released Killzone Mercenary in early 2014. Ever since then, they've been working on something.
Horizon Zero Dawn 2. That game looks great, by the way.
Yeah, I'm kind of just ready to have it now. I think we've seen it. I get it. Like, there's not a lot you can do with trailers for that game anymore to really... I mean, people are still getting, like, really excited when they see trailers, and I'm happy, but I'm happy that people are getting excited, but I'm like, okay, I saw all this. Like, I don't know, they're advertising it weird. They're like, here's a section where you're talking, and let's go kill a robot dinosaur, and I'll show you how you do it. And that's what they've all been. They've all been, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. It's showing how pretty the game is, but it's like, I'm just ready to have it now. I think we've seen enough of it.
What about you, Max? What got your panties in a twist?
About E3?
Yeah.
Nothing specifically. I don't know. I was pretty passive while I was watching it.
There's not any games that you were like, oh shit, I want that?
Oh, I mean, good? I thought you meant anything else.
Oh, no, I used a bad turn of phrase.
Panties in twist means irritated.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What untwisted your panties? What smoothed it out?
What really
kept your panties smooth?
What really threw your panties in the dryer for 10 minutes?
What gave it that extra fucking softener that made it extra comfortable to wear? What made your panties do that?
Many things. It's hard to pick one. Honestly, I like that Rare game with the girl and there's the pirate stuff. That shit looked awesome. The open world.
Oh yeah, the pirate game.
What is that game? I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know either. The pirate game is what I'm going to call it.
I really wasn't expecting it, I guess, because I wasn't following super closely or anything. I'm sure it was probably announced before or something. But I saw it and I was completely just watching it. I'm sure if you go back and watch the footage, I'm just watching it.
I think we were just making fun of the people in the corner. Just trying to be YouTuber people whoa, arg, yum, 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 yum. Well, that guy, the yum, yum guy, and there was no food. We were all confused.
Yum, yum guy?
Oh, the nom nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
The dude who went nom nom.
Oh, I remember that somebody did that, but why did he do it?
I don't know.
We all don't know. That was what we were making
Probably so
fun of.
I remember it had nothing to do
with the youngsters.
It had nothing to do with food, and that was my problem with it.
Yeah.
He just said it. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. It was one of those YouTuber people. Yeah.
Jeez.
We're YouTubers, fake.
Hey, hello, fellow kids, and he throws a boombox and a skateboard over his shoulders with his backwards hat. Hey, I'm a kid.
You know, there was a year where PewDiePie actually was during E3 showing off Dying Light, and unfortunately, I think that was the far better way to go than how they handled it with Pirate Game.
I think he would be a really good presenter, because he's actually pretty chill when he's talking in an interview or
he
with
didn't.
a person.
He made a regular YouTube video for it, and they just put that on the screen.
You know what sucks is that Pirate Game actually looks really good.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how fucking stupid that Spot was.
If I get a good computer, I will play it.
Well, it's because it sucked. It's their fault for making such a shitty Spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We should be sitting here talking about how awesome this Pirate Game is, but they made such a shitty little thing that now everyone's like, man, that was stupid. That was so cringy. And it sucks, because that looks like a good game.
Wonder who's making it, because it's Rare, but Rare doesn't mean anything. So I wonder, did they hire people right away to make that game? Because they haven't made a game since, what was the last one? Was Nuts and Bolts, actually, because they just kept making Avatar stuff.
Yeah, there's that saying, the machine...
After Rare wasn't Nintendo, I haven't even, glanced at them. I have no fucking idea what to do.
That was the time to drop them.
Yeah, because I just didn't have an Xbox when they were doing shit on there. I just didn't give a shit. I didn't care.
Cameo was good.
I just didn't care.
If you're listening to us on mopcast.com, go to youtube.com/memorycard radio, get the video version with the audio on top of it. You can understand what things are.
If you want to look at sexy men,
sometimes
we got them.
sometimes the audio version on mopcast.com makes more sense too. So if you're just watching
That's
us on
true.
YouTube, go to that, and you can
If
see
you want to
some
use
other.
less senses, go to Mopcast. You want to use more senses, go to YouTube. You want to use more senses than that, come here live when we record it. You have to ask really nicely, and we have to say yes first.
Be in the fourth dimension.
If you would
The
like to
end.
sponsor our show, give me money.
Especially if you are craft.
Before it was Nutter Butter with you, now it's Kraft.
He's
I bet
trying. He's
Kraft-
trying to get some multiple companies.
I'm branching out.
Okay.
Speaking of companies, and the word that has to do with company that I'm thinking of is Monopoly. I have a Sega game
You're
called
coming for
Monopoly.
Monopoly?
I have a game
Oh.
right behind Max's face there. Monopoly on the Sega Genesis. I played that for like 2 hours straight. So I don't know who made that.
Mono-
I didn't actually make that. Somebody else made that.
Monopoly. That means one multiple.
Mini one.
One many.
I have a confession.
Now we're clear.
Buy it now that we know what this is.
Why is Monopoly the most popular board game?
It's so good. I like it.
It's good.
I like
but
that
I don't
Sega
get why
Genesis
it's like
version
the
of it.
McDonald's of board games where there's a new one every month for everything.
I just like the
Because
regular.
they literally want to be the board game Monopoly.
They're
That's so crazy.
I don't even know what to say. I used to own a Pokemon the first movie Monopoly. That was good. I can't fit in. You're gonna
So
break
what-
those
What if
glasses.
you wear sunglasses like this?
Yeah, what if you wore them like
What
that?
if you did 2 pairs?
What if you wore them like that?
like this? 2 pairs like this.
What if you wore them like this?
Like another pair.
If you're listening to the audio version, please watch the video so you
It's
can
one of those
learn.
things you're just not going to know.
See, this is what we're
You gotta
talking
know
about
why-
with the alternation. You gotta know.
I blew air out of my nose onto my glasses, so I'm gonna clean that.
So, Kojima had a new game.
Don't know what the fuck it is.
I love it.
E.T.
Death Stranding.
I want to be on that beach with naked Norman Reedus and
Why
an
are there-
umbilical cord baby.
What were the 5 figures floating in the air?
Slap.
What?
5 fingers say to the face.
Figures.
Oh, I thought you said fingers. I was
I
like,
bet
what?
the game's gonna be so weird. We're gonna be like wondering, what are these figures that we can see floating in the distance?
I think
They're
they
just
were.
small enough for us to see that they're humanoid in shape and that they have a head, arms, and leg. Who are they?
Maybe it's
we're gonna play the
because-
game. It's just gonna be random shit in the air that is still isn't explained.
Maybe it's because I'm a cunt, but I just thought
That's
it was people being crucified in the sky. That's what I saw. But my mind goes there because I watched Evangelion as a kid, so like my mind
I
always goes there.
saw a bunch of dead whales and crabs.
I did see those too.
Why are the crabs dead?
Because global warming's
Huh?
bad.
You got an answer for that?
Shouldn't warm the globe.
You ask a question, and when they start answering, you go, huh? Huh? Best plan.
So was that
We gotta
baby
talk.
attached to his belly button, or was that just
It
a
looked
baby?
like a Matrixy situation, but the laser handcuffs were. I was like, this is the most overlooked part of this whole thing, really, isn't it? Because that fucking would change everything. As he fucking escaped prisoner, that's a big element. Why aren't we talking about that?
If
Why are we
there's
talking
laser
about?
handcuffs, then that begs the question: you can touch them. So what do they feel like? What are
So
lasers
why
feel
talk about the whales when we got laser cuffs?
Now we know Norman Reedus' butt is in the game, but do you think they modeled
Thank
his junk?
God.
Do you think they did the other half, or do you think they just go? Boop?
You
What,
probably
they
did.
think they render a weed?
Do they render and make the we, even though we don't see
I
it?
I
think
wonder if
so.
there's ever been a game where they went overboard and they like, modeled all the way up their butthole
There
into
is.
their organs.
There is. Well, not the organs, but there was a
like
game
in,
that
in Autodesk.
Isn't that every game?
Beyond Two Souls got
All
sued
the-
for this shit. Did you not hear this story?
I heard that Ellen Page and happened with the lawsuit.
Yeah.
She got mad.
Well, apparently,
Well, that shit leaked.
they got the whole character model and they made a fully nude version of Ellen Page, and she's like, "What the fuck? Why'd they go through this detail of my naked body?" So naturally, everybody bought the game.
Hey, man, great game for about 30 seconds.
That is
Right.
the only David Cage game I don't like, but I love it if you're playing it multiplayer. Have you played it multiplayer? It's hilarious.
I didn't know there was multiplayer.
So if you play with someone who's never played the game
Is it
before,
like co-op?
here's what it is. One player plays her, and then the other one plays the ghost. So what you do is you say, you be main character, you're new to the game, your decisions matter. And then when you play as a ghost, fuck everything up and ruin her life.
Hell yeah.
It's hilarious.
Dude, that's so funny.
So, like, you can be like... so she'll be like, seriously, fucking stop. And you'll be like, I'm ruining a day.
That's so funny to me.
That's the only fun part of that
Dude,
game.
I like to laugh about that.
I like ruining people's lives.
You're a bad guy.
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
You're a bad man.
Although, Detroit,
That's
good.
a dark subject.
the new Dave Cage game.
The game, not the actual city of Detroit.
Yeah, listen, I don't think we're ever going to talk about the actual city of Detroit
We
ever on
just
this
did.
podcast.
No.
So I
Okay.
heard a controversy about Detroit.
What did
Where
you hear?
where the black people at? It's Detroit.
Oh my god, I didn't even know it, but they're racist!
They are.
Now I know. Thanks.
Good job, Ellen Page.
No more David Cage games for me. Take your Indigo Prophecy and show it up your Heavy Rain.
Cage, That's it.
Plagiarism is coming next for
That's
Detroit.
that's the next phase.
So, new
Welcome to
Crash
the next
Bandicoot remake trilogy.
Welcome to the new age.
This
Imagine.
is the new phase. We're all green. Everything's green.
I recommend fully the video version of Memory Card Radio if you hope to understand why we're acting dumb.
Well, you won't understand why, but you'll see visual things.
You'll understand more than you did.
Yeah, it's true. You'll get slightly more. You still won't
Than
fully
you did.
understand, but you'll get some of it.
Exactly.
Why? I was hoping you'd interrupt me.
Why?
It's good to talk with no plan because once you get there,
The
you're already
worst
there.
part is, ironically enough, we have tons of material to talk about. We're just choosing not to.
I don't. What is E3? Did we even see that?
So, press conferences.
You're gonna go on the internet to see that?
I'm gonna drag this down.
I'm not getting on the internet
We
again.
haven't talked Microsoft too much yet.
Microsoft, Ubisoft.
Microsoft had a good conference. It wasn't
pretty
wasn't
okay.
amazing.
Better than I
It was
thought.
fine.
It was good, and just like I thought, all the video game heavy hitter media out there.
Microsoft's worst has
drooled
been
over
like
it.
recently, so I didn't really have a lot of hope for them. But
Thank God
They
for
good.
zombies.
I mean, you know, they looked.
Yeah.
They looked. I will say the Xbox gets a bad rap because the PS2 is doing or PS4 is doing so well. It overshadows the Xbox One, but really the Xbox One is doing well.
I think
Sure.
it's a Gearbox effect where everyone's just pissed off for their thing they did a while ago, and now everyone just wants them to fail. I fall in that camp.
Yeah.
Like, I want Microsoft to fail because I'll never forget they tried to make an always online console.
Here's the thing about having Microsoft around. This is why we need Microsoft. Microsoft keeps Sony on their fucking toes. We know
that's
what
why that's my value.
See,
I see
what
in
I
them
would
is that.
rather have.
we know
is
what
someone-
happens when Sony isn't on their toes and they get full of themselves. The fucking PS3 happens. And
Yeah.
they put a cell processor in shit and they charge $600 fucking dollars and and they get full of themselves. Fuck that. Microsoft keeps them on their toes.
What we need is someone else to come up and then Microsoft retire immediately.
Apple's flirted with this. I've seen rumblings about an Apple game console several times. I don't think it's ever going to happen because I think that would fuck up the whole direction they've been going for the last 10 years with just mobile,
They
mobile,
haven't
mobile.
figured out gaming really too well on their regular computers.
That's true too. There are some issues there.
Not a huge foundation, not a big
Even when
name in gaming.
And even when you emulate Windows, it's still not perfect.
No, it's not.
I want a Steam box that matters.
Steambox blew that as well. Who would be a company that could do it?
That's a hard
I
question.
want to say Apple, but then again, like when you think about it a little bit more, you're like, no, there's no way.
In
they
terms
would
of
fucking-
like fair pricing and
Samsung,
stuff and
maybe?
power,
I mean, I
I
never-
would go with Asus.
Asus, Samsung.
I'm an
I mean,
Asus
those are
boy.
both fine.
I love buying Asus anytime I can with most
Samsung
products.
would have the install base.
I want a gateway console.
The gateway, fuck off.
I want a fucking Dell.
The
so
gateway,
I can play.
it'd be a cow box, is what it'd be.
I want to play games on my fucking Dell.
Their box would have
I-
cow shit all over it.
I feel like
I had one of those boxes.
you could probably get like Disney to make a console and just
Oh, I'm sure.
not even call it the Disney thing.
They have the
Damn.
money to make a game console.
They have relationships
department
with
in their
third parties,
business, I'm
too.
sure.
Well, it's just I feel like it would fit.
That
like
would.
like that way you could have
Disney
I mean
hardware.
they've gotten better about new Spider-Man, by the way, going to Marvel.
Insomniac.
Spide.
Boo, 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 boo.
I'm excited.
Would you like to spy?
Yeah.
The thing I was surprised about with Spider-Man, and I haven't really seen a lot of people say this, but everyone was talking about Sucker Punch doing this.
Yeah, it
This is
caught
what
me
Sucker
off
Punch
guard.
has been up to, because they did the Infamous games. They're all open world games, superhero games. It'd be a logical fit for them to do Spider-Man. But it was fucking Insomniac who did Ratchet and Clank. And what else did they do? Resistance.
Resistance and,
Which are
and
great
Sunset
games.
Overdrive, which is an open world flirt.
I feel like
Sort of superpower-y.
Yeah, I feel like that's where they're kind of taking most of their lessons from. Is probably that game.
See, I'm okay with it because I
Yeah.
feel like whatever Sucker Punch makes should be something different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't just do superheroes again. You've done it. Like, I want companies
This must
to
be
try
really fun
something
for
new.
Insomniac, because Insomniac's been... I mean, except for Sunset Overdrive, they've been making fucking Ratchet and Clank games, and occasionally a Resistance game.
Well, what's interesting here is now we finally, on the Marvel side, because DC's gotten better games, Batman specifically, the Arkham games. Marvel doesn't have good games. Just a fact. There are not many good Marvel games. I think they're trying to bring that into the thing.
What?
I think they want to have good games.
That's such a weird contrast from like their success with movies and like everything. So they can't do games.
Well, they might now. That's the point. They're getting a real...
I mean, that's...
And it's weird they haven't so far as Michael.
Yeah.
Which, like, what the hell? Like, really? Really?
I think they always took it as like a toy view. Like, you used to have the movie tie-ins, and they were shit. And then they just stopped, and now they're trying again, but they brought a real studio. Mm-hmm. The fact they picked Insomniac, and that Sony is publishing, means that this is a game that fucking matters. Mm-hmm. That means this is not movie tie-in game. This is, we're really wanting to make a good Spider-Man game here.
I want to know how they were able to convince Marvel to let them make it a PS4 exclusive. That's what's crazy.
That is interesting. Like, I did not think of that.
I realize that PlayStation has the bigger install base, but fuck, Marvel is like all about everybody.
I think
like, right? All their movies are like, everyone come see this. Bring your kids, bring your girlfriend, bring your 79-year-old mom. Like, it's all about just fucking everyone.
This is what everyone is going to be fucking talking about
Sony's
at your
been
workplace
good
tomorrow.
About fitting the bill lately.
Every time.
Like, I've noticed it. Like, Street Fighter V was a disappointment, but they paid for that. And then they paid to translate Yakuza, and they're paying for Kojima's game. Like, they're publishing that. That's a Sony exclusive, Sony made game.
Sony's PlayStation department has been on fire since the later years of the PS3s, when they really started to get their shit together.
Conspiracy hat, I think it's because it's their only successful branch in Sony right now.
Well, yeah, they're dumping a lot of resources into it because of that, for sure. But
it's
I don't know, they have some talent in there. Yeah, I mean, that's why they're dumping resources in there where they are. Their TVs are starting to turn around. Their phones are right now an enormous money pit, but they might turn it around now that their phones are actually comparable to the Galaxy phones. And the
Thank you, Yoshida.
But yeah, PlayStation is by far their most... I mean, they have a lot... The thing about Sony is they have shit that works, but they have so many things dragging them down. They have so many things that are just bleeding money, like their fucking phones, and their laptops were an enormous problem that they still haven't recovered from, even though they closed down the Sony Vios.
And the Adam Sandler movies.
Sony Vios were good computers.
They were.
Correctly. They were really good. They were like top of the line.
They were fine. Yeah, they just didn't...
Like, they were upper tier Best Buy laptops, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always shocking to find out what goes under. I mean, Mad Catz died in a day. And that's, like, scary to think. Yeah. Rock Band killed them. But what happened is they said, we'll fucking pay to make these instruments because we know this is going to be the thing that brings us to the next level. And now they're bankrupt. So, rest in peace. Or maybe not Mad Catz, but it was a fight stick.
Mad Catz is still around, actually.
It's a different fight stick company.
I know what you're talking about, though. I remember hearing about that. But
I want to say Mad Catz, but I can't think what else it could be.
I think I just saw something
Pelican
recently about that.
Maybe?
No, it's a bigger name. I'm looking it up. Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I care.
Warren Buffett.
E3 overall was pretty average, I think, until the Sony conference. They had a fucking orchestra. I mean...
Oh my god, yeah. That was beautiful.
The orchestra was actually playing along with all the trailers. I don't know if you all noticed that, but that was, like, all the music from the trailers was orchestra music, I think, for just a couple exceptions.
That was neat.
Yeah.
It was Mad Catz.
Oh, really? Wow.
By the way, I completely was just, like, ignorant to this fact because I'm dumb. Do y'all remember David Russell, a friend of mine? Piano player?
Yes.
Guy? He was at E3 for the...
Fuck him.
For the Square conference.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that poor guy.
Yeah, because he's a part of Project Estati who did the music reorchestrations. So Square invited them out, and so he was there.
Neat.
So I'll have to ask him about what being physically at E3 was like. I don't know anyone.
We should bring him on. What if he'd come on the show?
Dude, he'd be a great guest.
Cool.
I vote we kidnap him.
What's his name again?
David Russell.
David O. Russell, the director.
323.
Let's try to get him on.
YouTube.com/David Russell 323.
Email him and tell him that you want him to come on Memory Card Radio.
That's right. Russell is 2 S's and 2 L's.
Get on their show. Get on the podcast. Drink coffee with him and look at this thing.
Oh!
Don't forget to do a game, Grumps, and harass somebody until the celebrity ends up on their show.
Well, that's what we're going to do.
Also, Sebastian and Christian from Project Estati, you can come on too, although I'm sure neither of you live anywhere close to here. I'm pretty sure Sebastian is German.
Ooh, well, that's far.
Sorry, Sebastian.
Can we just? Is this how you get celebrities on? You just say their name and then they just show up.
Yeah, you just kind of shout it out into the ether. Yeah.
Fucking Dave Chappelle, come on down.
It's pronounced Chapel. You
God damn it.
I miss Dave Chappelle.
Me too.
Rest in peace.
He decided he just didn't want to do it anymore.
He's still doing stand-up. He's just doesn't want anyone to find it.
Right.
Last
He's just
memorable
kinda-
thing from him I saw, like, 'cause I really haven't been seeing him anywhere, was the Kanye story. On, what show was that even on? Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Dave Chappelle has this story about the first time he met Kanye.
That must have been a while before.
What did he say?
Well, he met Kanye because Kanye was on Dave Chappelle's show, and he was showing him Kanye the premiere before the episode aired or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he could, like, no one knew who he was at the time, I guess. And so Dave Chappelle was just kind of like weirded out by this dude because Kanye was still himself before he was famous. He was just fucking weird and like all about himself and like uber confident. He's like, you could tell this dude was gonna be a star. He was a bit weird, but I liked him. And so like they're watching a premiere and he gets a call on his phone and Kanye picks it up and he's like, no, sorry, I gotta go because yeah, Dave Chappelle, because my life is dope and I do dope shit. That was his explanation to someone why he was at the premiere. And
Wow.
Dave is like, who's this guy?
So Kanye West
Yes.
is making a video game.
Good.
It all relates.
Besides the,
It's about his mother dying.
what?
This is a
I was
game.
about to say, well, 50 Cent made a real good game, but this sounds like really different than
This-
like just
this-
like a
it's an
shooter with a
artistic
rapper.
game.
He made him.
It is
He
the
made a
great.
couple of them, and they were both good.
Wow. Okay.
One was better than the other. Blood on the Sand was the best one by far.
Yes.
Blood on the
Get
Sand.
rich or die trying.
And then Bulletproof kind of. Yeah. But
I like them both.
Kanye West making a game looks like shit.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the greatest motherfucking game in the world because he'll tell you it is.
Is it going to be like when what's
No.
his face made that coming out of the closet movie? You ever see that?
Now I'm in the
Who made
closet.
That was,
Now I'm in the closet
R. Kelly?
too.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Did he actually
That
come out of the
three-parter?
closet? In
That's
that?
a fucking classic. Oh, it's way more
Yeah.
than 3 now.
There's like a whole South Park episode about it and everything. It's definitely a good pop culture.
Which ironically
icon,
is
music
more
video.
famous,
It's-
I would argue, than the actual opera. Hip-opera.
Probably, but it's
now I'd say at the time no.
The funnier
at the time
experience-
it was really big and everyone knew about it. But now it was so long ago that there are 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds who have no fucking idea what that
the
is.
funnier experience is to just watch it, watch
Yeah.
the actual thing.
Oh, it's great.
hilarious.
And then I got in my
It's,
closet.
it's pretty ridiculous.
I held my stuff. I held it together until
I love
spoilers. Until
Too bad. If you haven't seen Trapped in the Closet by R. Kelly, like, dude.
I don't want to know.
a midget came out from under the sink.
I heard that.
And then I lost it because he integrated it into the song. He didn't just say.
And a
I mean, it wasn't
midget.
just a midget there.
Sure.
He said a midget. That's why I'm even using the word midget. Normally I would say little person.
Right.
He said
Yeah.
it was a midget, and faded it out. Like it wasn't even actually fading out. He was repeating himself quieter
Midget,
to make like a fake fade out
R.
while
Kelly
saying the word
is
midget.
psycho. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
fucking
tiny
psycho.
man.
What a crazy man.
In my sink.
But I'm glad he contributed to pop culture the way he did.
He
But I'm sad he peed on the girl. Did he do that? Did he end up doing that?
Who
probably,
hasn't?
but I mean, who doesn't?
Maybe R. Kelly. I don't
Who
know.
doesn't pee on underage girls?
How do you get peed on if you don't want to be peed on, though? I mean, she clearly wanted it.
I don't see how it's. Wait, hold on. I'm
Well,
not
she was
fully.
like the problem was that she was underage.
I think that's
Well,
a
that's a
bigger
problem.
issue than pissing on a girl.
Well, we're talking about pee. I didn't know we were talking about underage. If we're talking about that, then yes, that's
if you're
that's
just
an
peeing
issue.
on a girl, I would argue that
It's easy to not get peed on. You just go, no.
I agree with that, but if you're underage, I feel like that's irrelevant.
That is.
You shouldn't pee
That's-
on a
that's
girl
really-
until they're 16.
You should at least wait till they can drive.
I
That's a
think
legal
it's,
age in America.
Those laws are, I think, determined by state. So look that up.
Here
Make sure
it's
you,
16. You can pee on a 16-year-old.
Really?
You can't have sex with them. You can pee
Oh,
on a
okay.
16-year-old
That's an important
It's like
distinction.
girl.
what do they fucking call it? The age of consent or some shit?
Age that you can pee on a girl, specifically.
Age
Consent
of,
is
there
18.
needs to be a separate age for piss.
I
Yeah, there
googled it
is.
once because
An age of piss.
I googled it once because I took this 20-year-old to the prom when I was 17. I was like, oh, is this weird? Am I allowed? Can I take someone to prom?
I think there's always been a 3-year rule. If you're like 3 years, it's always okay.
That's really what matters more, I think.
And then once they're an adult, it doesn't matter
like
anymore.
arbitrary limit of age for everyone. I think what matters more is distance between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
That seems
worried
to
me
be-
is like I'm a minor, she's not. Oh no, but I don't know.
A fucking
Like if
90-year-old
she's
dating an
16, but the
18-year-old.
guy is 15 or 17,
Right? Yeah, there's got to be some sort of a reasonable.
or even 16 and 18 really probably isn't that big of a deal. But I mean, when you're getting to like 28 and 14, then there's a problem.
That's when the gap matters.
Or like 30 and
The gap matters for younger.
Or if you're like 38, but then as you get older, that doesn't matter as much. It's like a 50-year-old could easily date a 40-year-old. I mean, it wouldn't be that weird.
fucking a 24-year-old could date a fucking 39-year-old. Who gives a shit? Mm-hmm. But
When you're younger, the age matters.
why the fuck on our video game show are we talking about the age of consent?
Why do we talk about anything?
I
Welcome to
know,
Memory
but
Card
I just
Radio.
realized the weirdness of this
best-
particular.
I already have the thumbnil in my head. It's
The best law
E3 wrap up,
podcast.
age of consent.
That was a good game, Age of Consent.
Age of consent. Sid Meier's game.
No, it's a fucking fantasy game, man. It's like in the age of consent, the two.
This is getting weird.
It is
Yeah.
just like
Awful.
some of the games at E3. One game that was weird was I don't know. I don't have a segue, but I feel like there's got to be a weird
That
game.
was so smooth. I was like, good job, Eric.
I wish I had one.
That fell apart.
One game that was weird was the dancing game at Ubisoft.
Oh!
Just Dance
Just dance.
again.
Just Dance is okay.
a video
It's kinda- it's
game.
kinda
Just do it again.
It's kind of fun.
Do it.
I'm pretty okay at it. I'm pretty good at it.
Can you just do it?
No.
Well, then you're
Just
not.
dance, 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 dance.
Everything
dance,
okay?
Dance, 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 dance.
I recommend the video version of Memory Card Radio.
Actually, that was probably better just audio.
I recommend the audio version of Memory Card Radio.
All right.
Let's just cut the black during that.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean,
Are we ending the episode?
Are we?
I don't know.
Where's the time? Oh,
This
there
is
it is.
49.
Why is it
Oh, we
that,
probably could.
it's a fun, weird...
Email us. Let us know if we should end the episode.
We'll just be still recording it.
I'll wait.
I don't know how
one
you're gonna see it.
episode-
MemoryCardRadio@gmail.com. That's our email, by the way. I never talk about that, but email us topics or anything if you want us to bring something up. Or
I now know what our email address is.
yeah,
I like how the one episode we have a shit ton to talk about. We didn't.
I never check it. I just created it so I could create a YouTube channel.
You know what, though? I might have known it from typing it in to log into the account, but I just don't think of it as an email account. I think of
Right,
it as
yeah, I
a
don't
login name.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
true.
of it. Yeah,
That
that's how I
is
think
true.
of it.
If you would like to send us spam, use that. If you would like to offer us sponsorships, use that. If you want to send me sexy fan letters,
Send Eric pictures of dicks. Make sure you put in the subject line for Eric only. So
Make sure they're
none of
yours.
us
Make
open
sure
it.
your face is in them.
yeah, you got to
There.
Photoshop your face over the head. I
Send him a
can't
dick.
see heads; they bother me, but I can see your head.
Make sure. What kind of dick do you want to get? You want to get long?
Do you want Eric? You down for a fat mushroom
I
cat?
gotta
What
think
kind
about.
of? Do you want you want ones that's just like an acorn?
First of all, they all got to be circumcised.
You don't want- it's
That's
like a
number
beer
one
can, Eric?
important.
Really?
I need all circumcision.
You don't like that sword in the sheath?
Let me finish.
Dude,
But
I love that book.
I want in email attachments.
That's my favorite.
If you are not circumcised, then what I recommend is use it
That
as
D
a.
away from me.
I want you to do it in what do you call the programming language where it's like you see the pictures but with little symbols, computer symbols. You know what I'm talking about. Like slashes and fucking like all the weird.
Oh,
HTML?
ASCII.
ASCII.
Oh.
I want them in ASCII if they're not circumcised.
I want them in Linux, only Linux form.
Linux form.
Also, please wish me a good birthday. It's not my birthday, but I would appreciate
Eric, good birthday. So that's how that goes. If you want to wish someone a good
Yeah.
birthday, you have to sing that.
It's not until September, but I'll take it now.
September?
September
Yeah.
How old
11th.
are you gonna be?
How old?
25?
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm gonna be an old man.
That's a
I just
quarter.
turned 24. I
Quarter
didn't
century.
realize I was that much younger.
Quarter of a century.
I'm an old fuck.
What do you have to show for your quarter of a century of life?
I can rent a car.
Quick.
Any accomplishments?
What? No.
Ah,
Fuck
you don't want to say that. You gotta make something up.
I went on the internet and I bought once a loofah. That is my accomplishment.
That's a good one.
and
I
no
like
one
that.
else has claimed
I like
it.
Was
that
the
one.
loofah
That's a
good?
one.
The loofah-fies me every
Loofah.
time I shower.
Loofah boy. Loofah man.
You ever
now.
shower with a
25.
loofah? It's kind of like a stuffed animal, except you bathe with it. Thank you, everybody. What the fuck was this episode?
I don't know. That was the weirdest one.